Hello students, welcome to the class on alternative system building approaches. The objective of this session is to orient you towards the system methods. To study alternative systems building methods like traditional system lifecycle, prototyping, end user development, application software packages and outsourcing. Let's start with the introduction. The field of information system, which we called IS, has grown dramatically over the past 3 decades. Recent trends have transformed the information systems landscape. These trends include the evaluation of implementation technology for centralized mainframe environments towards distributed client server architectures, embracing the internet and intranets. Changes in user interface technology from character based to graphical user interfaces, multimedia and the World Wide Web. Changes in application from transaction processing systems towards systems supporting collaborative work, and the use of information technology as an enabler of business process re-engineering and redesign. These technology changes, coupled with changes in organizations and their operative environment, such as the growth of the network and virtual organization, internationalization and globalization of many organizations, intensified global competition, changes in values such as customer orientation like service quality and quality of working life have imposed new demands on the development of information systems. Like in traditional system life cycle, we have determining informations and requirement. So, before that we have to identify the problems, specification and objectives. Once we do that, then the next stage is analyzing the system needs. Once we analyze, then we have to design. Once we design the system, then we have to develop, and once the system is going to be developed, then we have to testing it. Then once testing, we have to implement. So, this is the life cycle of traditional systems. The system development life cycle, or which we called as SDLC, also referred to as the application development life cycle, is a term used in systems engineering, information systems and software engineering to describe a process for planning, creating, testing and deploying an information system. A systems development life cycle is composed of a number of clearly defined and distinct work phases which are used by systems engineers and systems developers to plan for design, build, test and deliver information systems. Like anything that is manufactured on an assembly line, an SDLC, which is software development life cycle, aims to produce high quality systems that meet or exceed customer expectations. Based on customer requirements, by delivering systems which move through each clearly defined phase within scheduled time frames and cost estimates. Computer systems are complex and often, especially with recent rise of service oriented architecture, link multiple traditional systems potentially supplied by different software vendors. To manage this level of complexity, a number of software development lifecycle models or methodologies have been created, such as waterfall model, spiral model, agile software development, rapid prototyping, incremental model and synchronize and stabilize. So, let us consider first, which is analysis. Here the system requirements are gathered and defined. Any existing systems can also be evaluated and any inefficiency can be highlighted. In the design phase, a design specification is derived from requirements analysis, where plans are made concerning physical construction, hardware, operating systems, programming, communications and security issues. In the build phase, using the design specification, the system is developed and components built. Additionally, the system will also be tested and user training will occur. In the implementation phase, the system is installed and implemented. This can be through either a gradual phased process or through a more cost effective launch of the complete system. And the last one, operation and maintenance. For a system to remain effective, it must be constantly monitored and evaluated. Regular maintenance will ensure the integrity of the system. Advantages of traditional system life cycle. The first one is, it is easy to understand and quality built throughout. Configuration management, clear and defined stages, force to do analysis and design first. Let us see some of the disadvantages of traditional system life cycle. First, time between agreeing requirements and delivering of final product. Also, risk in confirming customer requirements and user interface, as there is no revision. Based on paper, this approach is very rigid and costly, not well suited for unstructured and decision oriented applications, for which requirements cannot be immediately visualized. Let us see prototyping. Prototyping consists of building an experimental system rapidly and inexpensively for end users to interact with and evaluate. The prototype is refined and enhanced until users are satisfied that it includes all of their requirements and can be used as a template to create the final system. Prototyping encourages end user involvement in system development and iteration of design until specifications are captured accurately. Taproot prototype serves as template for final system. This is the sample model of prototyping. So, let us see the prototyping model, in which it starts with the communication, then quick planning and modeling of quick design, then construction of prototype, and last one is the deployment, delivery and feedback. So, this is the cycle of prototyping model, in which it start and end with the communication. So, let us see various steps in prototyping. The first step is identifying users' basic requirements, then developing initial prototype, then using prototype for developing the system, and then revising and enhancing prototype. Advantages of prototyping. It is useful if some uncertainty in requirements or design solutions, often used for end user interface design. It reduces development time and cost, and it requires user involvement. Developers receive quantifiable user feedback, facilitates system implementation since users know what to expect. User requests are easier to determine, helping to produce a system that better meets the user's needs and results in greater user satisfaction. It also exposes developers to potential future system enhancements. Systems are easier for end users to learn and use because they are more involved in development process. So, these are the advantages of prototyping. Let us see some of the disadvantages. It may gloss over essential steps in systems development if done rapidly. It may not accommodate large quantities of data or large number of users. It may result in system that is technically inadequate for a production environment. The rapid creation of prototypes can result in systems that have not been completely tested or documented. Developers' misunderstanding of user objectives. Excessive development time of the prototyping. Expenses of implementing prototype can lead to insufficient analysis. Users expect the performance of the ultimate system to be the same as the prototype. It also, developers can become too attached to their prototypes and it can cause system to be left unfinished and or implemented before they are ready. Let us see end user development. End user development can be defined as a set of methods, techniques and tools that allow users of software systems who are acting as non-professional software developers at some point to create, modify or extend a software artifact. End user development, or we called as a EUD or end user programming, which is also called EUP, refers to activities and tools that allow end user people who are not professional software developers to program computers. People who are not professional developers can use end user development tool to create or modify software artifacts. Descriptions of automated behavior and complex data objects without significant knowledge of a programming language. Various approaches exist and it is an active research topic within the field of computer science and human computer interaction. Examples include spreadsheet scripting languages, particularly in an office suite or art application, and programming by example. Let us see advantages of end user development. It frees information system resources for higher priority projects. It may help reduce the hidden backlog. It is faster design and implementation cycle. More acceptable to users. It reduces communications problems between users and information system. It encourages innovation and creative solutions. Let us see some of the disadvantages. The duplication of efforts and waste of resources, greatly increased costs, loss of control over data, loss of control of quality in both programs and data. It is incompatibles, prevent sharings, generally produces narrow, inflexible systems with short lives. Now, let us see application software packages. These are a set of pre-written, pre-coded application software programs commercially available for sale or lease. Developing an information system using an application software package eliminates the need for writing software programs when developing an information system. These programs are called application packages because they direct the processing required for a particular use or application which user want to accomplish. Using a software package reduces the amount of design, testing, installation and maintenance work required to build a system. Application software packages are helpful if a firm does not have the internal information systems staff or financial resources to custom develop a system. Application packages are generally designed to support commonly performed business functions and appeal to multiple types of user organizations. Although a package may be tailored to a user's specific needs through parameters or tables, the software itself is not individualized to a given organization in the same way that custom designed, custom coded software would typically be tailored. Examples of application packages include accounting systems, human resources software and enterprise resource planning, which we called as a ERP software. So, this is the diagram of application software in which we have seen various application softwares like word processing, graphics, spreadsheets, communications, database and games. Let us see some of the advantages of application software packages. It saves time and money. Many offer customization features. Software can be modified to meet unique requirements without destroying integrity of packaged software. Functions provided by the package include flexibility, user friendliness, hardware and software resources, database requirements, installation and maintenance efforts, documentation, vendor quality and cost. Disadvantages of application software packages. To meet an organization's unique requirements, packages may require extensive customization that can substantially raise development cost. Customization is the modifications of software package to meet organizations' unique requirements without destroying the software's integrity. Let us consider the outsourcing. Subscribing companies use software and computer hardware provided by vendors and it hired to design, create software which we called as a outsourcing. So, in this we have various advantages and disadvantages. So, the advantage of outsourcing is it allows organization flexibility in information technology needs, and the disadvantages of outsourcing is hidden cost. For example, identifying and selecting vendor, transitioning to vendor and opening up proprietary business process to third party. So, these are the various system development approaches. Let us conclude this session. In the conclusion, the systems life cycle is a traditional methodology that uses a phased approach to building a system, dividing systems development into formal stages roughly corresponding to the stages of systems development. Students, with this I would like to conclude by mentioning that we have finished discussing about what is alternative system building methods and studied different alternative system building methods like traditional system life cycle, prototyping, end user development, application software packages and outsourcing. We also study various advantages and disadvantages of alternative system building methods. With this, I would like to conclude this session. Thank you.